responding to writing, to stories is probably an art unto itself, and takes certain muscles that develop over time. Over the years of teaching, I've spent a lot of time responding to student work through written response on their stories, and also through one-on-one conferencing, and also doing workshops with groups of writers. And each of those ways of responding gives you a different chance to respond to different things. I would say the most important aspect of responding to students is to, as carefully as you can, try to see what it is they are trying to say and to help them communicate that. And one way of doing that is to listen very carefully, is to look into what they've written, to look for the clues in the drafts in front of you. Drafts to me are a gold mine. People unconsciously tell you in a million different ways the things that they're interested in, the kind of voices that they hear, the areas of interest that they have. And so reading into their story is really important. Listening to them as they respond to the questions that you ask them. And questions are hugely important, rather than to step right in and identify what it is that is or isn't working. To simply ask them about what's there in front of them. For those few teachers who aren't given complete authority to do as they please in their classroom, I think the basic thing, the first step, is to commit to write as much writing time as they can possibly manage in the schedule they have. You have to deal with reality. And that's no different than the adult who wants to write and who says, but I have a full-time job and I'm raising kids and, I don't have 8 hours a day to write. No, you don't. Do you have 1 hour? Do you have a half an hour in the morning? You can take that and you can go apply it to, as a teacher. How much time in any given week can I carve out to let my students work on writing stories? And can I replicate that regularly over the course of a semester or a year? I think that's the most important thing you can do. Be realistic about the time that you can give to it, and then make sure that you do give that time to it. And as a writer, I've had so many different schedules, writing schedules for myself. Now I have the luxury of writing most of the time. But when I was working on my early novels, I was working full time and I had young children and I didn't have all the time in the world. And then I spent 15 minutes at a time writing in my journal. And those 15-minute exercises added up. No matter what you do, it can accumulate. So I just think the first step is to acknowledge that it's an important, worthwhile work to do, and to realistically assess what you can give, how much time you can give to it.